In back segment tonight, Rolling Stone magazine under massive pressure because it put a Boston terrorist on its cover, looking like Justin Bieber or somebody. The magazine spokesperson said this.
This was a person who is the same age as many of our readers, who to his peer group seemed like one of them. And that's what we thought made this story so powerful and disturbing. And, it's in no way to endorse or glorify what he did. I think the opposite is we're trying to understand it and to explain it.
Was that a way in? Fox News anchor Geraldo Rivera. And you say?
Well, it's not unpressed. First of all, it is creepy and in bad taste, and they used a photo that made him look, you say Justin Bieber, more like Jim Morrison from a famous cover of Rolling Stone. But it's not unprecedented. You had in 1970, Charles Manson was on the cover. Time magazine has had Hitler and Osama bin Laden on the cover.
Can I stop you right there? That's a menacing cover. That's not Justin Bieber, okay? So nobody has any problem with that. Time Magazine's Man of the Year is not a good or a bad person. It's a person that influences the world the most. So Hitler would be in the context there, and so would Osama bin Laden. This is an attempt to be warm and fuzzy with this guy, I think, and that's why so many people are angry.
I think it's an attempt to sell magazines, frankly. I think it is a bold, merchandising ploy.
But that's not working. People
the article itself is not bad. When you read the article, it's pretty good. It shows the young man, adrift, failing in college.
It's a shallow article. There's nothing new in it. We already knew that. It's not well reported, but it's not glorifying him. But all of the cancellations that Rolling Stone's having, and they're jacking
CVS, 7-Eleven just joined. They're boycotting Israel.
I think
Stop and Shop is boycotting.
People have had enough.
Well, that's how you indicate your displeasure in this country. Just boycott it. Don't buy the magazine. Hurt them.
And I'm not advocating that, by the way.
I suspect, however, it will have the opposite effect. I think they'll sell more newsstand copies in those places.
I do not think so at all. But
why would otherwise we care about the background of this young man? You dismiss it offhandedly.
No, I think
you don't care that he was 20,000 and dead and failing his courses and adrift.
I think to know who these people are is important.
Very important.
Okay.
It is
the article that Rolling Stone put out, it was just a clip job. They didn't do any reporting. They just took clips from everywhere else. There was nothing new that I learned in that article. But that being said, I want everybody to know I am not calling for a boycott of this magazine. I only call for boycotts when it's really, really serious. I don't think this is serious enough.
It is a very deeply effective weapon and a scary one. You have to wield it with caution.
But I will tell you, I think it's because people have had enough that this is getting traction. And you know who else they've had enough of? Al Sharpton. Roll the tape.
Until we can overturn Stand Your Ground, we risk other Trayvon Martins, and what we must do is stand up and deal with a civil rights investigation and the end of Stand Your Ground at the same time.
So you've known him for a long time. Didn't he go to your wedding or something?
He did, and my engagement party. I've known him for 30 years.
Okay.
Al Sharpton is not Johar Sarnaev.
No, but I think folks have had enough of him. And I've been watching his numbers on the other network, and they haven't gone up at all. So he's not getting anything out of this other than making people not like him because they deem he's not fair. He's not a fair guy. He's a selective cherry picker who's doing this for his own self-aggrandizement. That's the perception of Sharpton, I believe. Am I wrong?
Well, you're asking perception. May I answer reality? I think Al Sharpton really is the premier civil rights activist of the 21st century. You can dislike his positions.
Is he a fair man?
Fairness is in the eye of the beholder.
For you,
Bill.
That's why you're here. Is he a fair man?
Al Sharpton fairly expresses the fear felt by minority parents about the danger, the peril their children face when they are encountered by the cops or in the neighborhood.
You're a no-spin guy. This is gobbledygook. Hold it.
To his constituency, he is
exploiting? No, that's not the answer. Is he exploiting Trayvon Martin's death, or is he analyzing it in a fair way?
If you accept my premise that Al Sharpton is the premier civil rights activist of the 21st century, well, then you have to give me a name that you put in that slot.
No, I don't. I don't think he's a leader of anybody.
He is using a case that has touched a nerve among college-age students, among many minority parents.
Why are you dodging?
Seized on an issue.
Why are you dancing? Here's the issue. Is he exploiting it, or is he covering it fairly? For Geraldo Rivera, what?
He is exploiting it in the sense of commercially using an effective high-profile case to bring attention to the civil rights movement.
Not
it is
for
much
his
more
own
difficult. It is much. No, I do not believe that.
You don't.
He doesn't need
his
that.
motives are pure.
It is a much more difficult problem to
his
solve
motives
black-on-black
pure?
black crime. I believe his motives are much more pure than you give him credit for.
You want me to sit here and believe that he wants to solve black-on-black crime?
I have
you
been
really
with him in
believe
his
that?
church. Bill, please, I have been with him in his church,
Where's his church?
telling young men to pick their pants up
Where's
on
his
125th
church?
Street in Harlem.
That's not
or
his
145th
church.
Street. It is his
He
church.
doesn't
He's
have a
there all the
church.
time. He does his show from there every weekend, telling kids to
Just
pick
want to
their
recap
pants
so
up.
everybody's clear. You believe
He
that
wants fathers to be responsible
All
for
right,
their children.
fine.
There's more to this, man. You can't
believe-
just characterize him, caricature him.
You believe that Al Sharpton's motives in the Trayvon Martin case are pure.
It is, that his motives are as pure as Rolling Stone or anybody else who is getting involved in this story.
It's very hot.
He is not the
and I'm going to chalk
stereotype.
up, Geraldo. It's very hot in New York City. Directly ahead.